Hey, what's going on guys, it's Rated here and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got you guys a brand new video, and in this one we're going to be telling you guys the best settings that you must use for Call of Duty Warzone. Now just before we do begin with this video, if you guys can go ahead and drop a like down below, that would be greatly appreciated, and of course make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Without out of the way, let's jump into it. So right here I'm going to be running through my favourite settings and the ones that I've been using over the past few weeks in Warzone, and the new updated ones for Season 4 as a few things have changed. So as you can see, the first thing I'm rocking is a different button layout, one that you don't see many people using, but I have my reasons behind this. So as you can see, I'm using a bumper jumper tactical, and the reason I'm using this is because you can jump with L1 and this makes your life 10 times easier, and along with that you can crouch with R3 as well, so you don't really need to melee in Warzone, and of course sometimes use your equipment, but it's not that hard to use it as all you do is tap X as well. And I'm going to be showing you guys an example right now of why I use it, because what you guys can do is never take your thumbs off the stick, especially if you don't have a scuff controller. What you guys go ahead and do is press L1 to jump and crouch as well, pressing R3, and all of this can be done while your hands are still on the controller. So technically you could be in a gunfight, have your aim down sights and be jumping around and crouching around, dodging all of the enemy's bullets without even taking your thumbs off the sticks, unless of course it is to reload your weapon. The next setting that I have here, as you guys can see, is the dead zone. Now this one depends on what controller you have and if you have any stick drift. Me myself, I'm running a 0.05, and the reason I'm doing this is because it's just before I do go ahead and get some stick drift with my controller. So all you have to do to test that out is either up it or lower it, and if you guys start getting a slight movement like this, then of course you need to make it higher again, and that will of course eliminate the dead zone from your controller. Once that's done, what I like to also have is a low sensitivity for Warzone. I play on around a 6 sensitivity, sometimes I would up it to a 7. I've seen some people play on a 3 sensitivity, but all is personal preference, and I like to keep these relatively the same, either that being 6 horizontal and 6 vertical, or either 7 and 7. Definitely keep it around that range, as you will be much more precise, especially taking the long shots in Warzone. As you can see, the next thing I don't really mess around with is the ADS sensitivity multiplier, and that is for low zoom. I just have that on 0.97 because I accidentally changed it before and it works perfect for me, and of course I have it standard as number 1 for the multiplier high zoom. As you can see, next up we have the aim response curve type, and I have this set to standard, although I have been playing with dynamic as well, and I do find standard and dynamic work very well. It all is personal preference. The next thing I'd recommend doing is disabling controller vibration. This literally has no use whatsoever, as you get live pings on your screen telling you where the enemies are shooting you from, and a vibration is simply just going to throw off your aim, especially if they're shooting you, and of course get a vibration in your controller, it is just going to completely throw off your aim. Moving down here, I have my aim assist set to focusing. Now I recommend every single person watching this video change this one thing. It will change your life, especially in Warzone and even multiplayer, and that is because focusing is actually broken within Season 4. They did some changing to this, and you get a super strong aim assist, especially when aiming at enemies from either a far or close distance. All you guys have to do is hop in a private match, look at an enemy, go left and right, and you'll see how fast it slows down. Unfortunately in this video I can't really show it, as I haven't really got anybody to show it in this clip, but like I did say, definitely give it a shot and try it out for yourself. The next, I have this all standard, and I have my aim down sight behavior hold and hold as usual. But this is one crucial thing, especially in Warzone as well, is the use and reload behavior. You want it a contextual tap, and this is so as soon as you drop in, you can collect a weapon straight away, taking out enemies, and of course you don't even need to hold square or anything like that. You literally could just tap it and it will enter you in a vehicle, reload your weapon, open doors, pick up weapons. It's just super simple, and I'm pretty sure everybody in Warzone should be using this. Moving down here, as you can see, my slide behavior is set to tap, and there is a reason why I have it set to tap other than hold, and that's because you can go ahead and slide crouch around the map, as I'm going to be demonstrating right now. So all you want to do is slide jump, and it will take you straight out of it, and as you can see you can move around the map, so much faster by doing so. Now the next settings we have here is parachute auto deploy, and what you want to do is disable this, and the reason you want to disable it is so you can get that first drop in and land before anybody else in the map. And what I suggest you guys doing is pulling your parachute at around 30 meters in the sky, cutting it, pulling it again, and then cutting it just before 13 meters, as that's the distance you actually take 0 full damage. And of course, dropping in from 13 meters, you guys can go ahead and get a weapon straight away and potentially take out the people who are still dropping in. Moving on to my general settings, I just have my brightness set to 50. Of course, you can mess around with your safe area depending on where you want your HUD to display. Personally, if you have a bigger monitor or a bigger TV, I'd suggest you making your safe area much smaller, just so everything's more compact and you can see everything in your field of view much easier without looking in the different corners of your TV or monitor. Next, I have film grain set to 0, as all this is going to do is distort your image just a slight bit and it will make it harder to see enemies. Of course, I have tooltips disabled. One thing which I would recommend enabling is subtitles, and the reason for this, especially in Warzone, is when you get those callouts that an enemy's dropping in from the sky, you guys will get subtitles below your screen, and of course that will notify you just in case you didn't hear it, or maybe you didn't quite hear it because you're in a gunfight and you just want to have that extra information that an enemy is dropping in behind you. I have all of these settings as disabled, especially the world motion blur and weapon motion blur, as this isn't really useful, especially in Warzone where you need your reaction speeds to be precise, and of course you don't want to blur around the enemy player. The only reason I would use this is if you're playing campaign, as that does make it look and feel that slight bit better. Moving on to my HUD, I have a square HUD and I have mini map rotation enabled, and I suggest having this enabled as you will know where all of your buildings are relative to your arrow on the mini map. And like I did say, running a square mini map will gain you that extra 20% visual on your mini map. Of course, if you call in a UAV, you'll be able to see it on the map without bringing up the full map by pressing the home button. And for the next few settings, we have that just set to default. Moving on to audio, what I recommend everybody doing is running an audio mix as boost high. Now this is going to allow you to hear footsteps just a slight bit better, and of course those gunshots that are in the greater distance that slight bit better as well. My master volume is just set to 32 as I have a mix amp which controls all of my volume anyways. Music volume, you want to disable that, and dialogue volume, you want to have it around half of what your master volume is, and that's pretty much it. Now these are the settings I use in Warzone, and I have to say these settings are by far the best, and these are settings pro players also use, and I definitely recommend you guys giving it a try yourself. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section below if there's anything that you would change in these settings, and help each other out in the comment section below if you find out any more overpowered settings that you should be using in Warzone. Like I did say, these settings do work for console and PC. There's just one more setting that I would recommend you changing on PC, and that's your field of view. Make it a higher field of view, as of course you will get more visual in your screen area. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Check out my previous video on screen right now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.